Are you trading from heaven or are you trading from hell? How long more do you need to be able to see that heaven or hell is just in your state of mind? So heaven can look like love, abundance, and joy, while hell could be a fear of not being good enough, fear of missing out, fear of rejection, and greed. Both emotions are powerful and they can both get you to where you want to go. But what you put out is what you call forth more of. So how do you want to get there? For example, a movie that we all grown up watching, it's called Monster Inc. The monsters would visit kids every single night to scare them, to get them to scream, and then using that scream stored in a canister, they use it to light up the entire city. So this is how you can convert power from one form into another. But by the end of the movie, we realize that laughter is actually 10 times more powerful and it fills up way more canisters than fear ever could. It's the same as what we are exposed to daily, right? We're afraid of not being able to pay for our bills, we're afraid of the government, we're afraid of the police force, we're afraid of lacking in some sense or another, like not having a job, not enjoying your job, not liking our boss. All of this is keeping us, sort of in control because we are constantly worried about when are we going to have our next meal, living from paycheck to paycheck, never having excess. Because let's be honest, this is what some people actually need to get them out of the bed in the morning. There's good and bad in everything. It's just that how long do you want to live in this fear segment when you know that you are someone with way more potential, way more inspiration, way more ideas on what you could be doing more to give value back into society than just living within this box created out of lack, created by humans that is in the category of hell. So this is an emotional guidance skill. Whenever we're acting out of this level of frequency, this is considered acting out of hell. You're like running in a rat race, you're constantly worried about the next thing and the next thing, the next problem showing up at work. And then there is acting out of heaven, which is constantly being in love and abundance, inspired action. Everything that you need will always come to you. If you have this idea, you know exactly who to call, when to call, how long it takes, when you can bring it into fruition. That is what we want to be in most of the time. So during the entire front part of your life, we were taught to go to school, get a job, follow the rules and all that. It's all fear-based. So when you come into something like trading, it's so natural for you to bring that fear into something as free as trading. Majority of us are just so used to having the rules set in place. Then when you come into something as feminine as the markets, where anything could happen anytime, they just couldn't control it, right? And therefore they let their emotions get to them. So today, we want to be talking about how to act out of heaven, how to trade in heaven no matter where you are, because heaven is all within your state of mind. Examples of people coming into trading from hell. I hate my job. I can't wait to get out of it. I can't wait to throw this resignation letter in my boss's face. You're unable to find love in where you are and you're so eager about where you're going that you're putting it on a pedestal. And someone who is acting out of heaven is someone who's actually enjoying their job, enjoying whatever that's given to them already, and they're excited for more. They're so grateful that this job is so mundane. I can do it with one eye closed. I can do it with 4 hours of sleep. I can do it in my sleep, that now I can have all this mind space for me to then explore something new, like the charts. So the attitude that you bring into any craft that you're doing is very important because it determines how well you are going to receive the new information. All you need is a tweak of your vibe for you to be the right person at the right place at the right time. Imagine every time we are open to a new information, we need roughly 7 touch points before we can implement it into our, day-to-day habits. In sales, we are also using this, right? Your ads need to hit the target around like 7 times before someone convert. So if you are someone who is currently studying right now, try your best to get to that 7 touch point as soon as possible. And the more you can do it with a good attitude, the easier it is for you to get there. So for example, if you do something well once, you don't have to do it again. Whenever you're watching a video like this, you're listening it once, and then if you're writing it down in the comment section below, some of the notes that you have taken away, twice. And then once you press post on the comment and you read it one more time, that's like 3 touch point already. Like you have been exposed to one information 3 times. So for you to then implement this successful habit is only 4 more touch points away. So watch one more video and that's another 3. And then 7 is just right behind you. So point number 2, you don't have emotions, emotions have you. Whenever we are tapped into an emotion that we frequently emit, for example, the rush hour, you're so used to feeling angry at the traffic every single morning. Now, once you're back in the car and 7 a.m. comes around, your body is naturally ready for fight or flight. So this is a habit that you have unconsciously put yourself into, that it plays out for you so seamlessly. The same thing goes for if you are constantly putting yourself in happy thoughts, reminding yourself to switch out of that vibe, you would belong in that category of that emotion. And from there, you would only meet people in the same frequency as you. So once you're stuck on a certain frequency, you can only reach for the neighboring emotions. But rest assured that once you're up there, it's very difficult for you to go back down into your anger, your unworthiness feeling anymore. So if you do it once well, you don't have to do it again. Once you tap into the right frequency, that is when you want to be studying. That is when you want to be in the charts. Whatever that you bring with you to the market, it will only be exponentially multiplied. The market is sort of like your girlfriend. So if you bring happiness to it, it will give you 10 times more. And this is why I feel like being a trader is the most honest role you can ever be with yourself. This is a mirror. You are bringing all of your money habits that you had through all of your life, and it's being placed right in front of you and asking you to work on it. Like no one else is right here. It's just you and you. So if you could constantly be in that high vibe, you can receive insights that are meant only for you to listen. I cannot say anything that is meant for you to listen if you're not ready to hear it. And the best kind of answers usually come when you're alone. So treat this 2-3 hours every day showing up to the charts as your meditation time. Like the candlesticks have no meaning. You are the one giving it meaning. So is it the meaning that you want to give it, or are you being thrown around by whatever that's given to you? You can't keep blaming your parents anymore. This is the time for you to take back control in all of the ways that you have given it away since you were young, to schools, to social media, to the news outlet, to your parents. This is your chance to sit down and rewrite all these stories that you have been telling yourself. Just sit in front of your computer and be like, I'm so grateful for this computer that I have. I'm grateful for the internet connection that allows me to trade from anywhere. I'm grateful that I have a bank account that allows me to transfer money into my trading brokers. So if you're looking for 0 rejection or requotes on your positions, as well as 92.9% immediate withdrawals, check out my preferred broker in my link in description below. And trading from heaven also looks like whatever that you're reading into or listening from ICT or anyone else suddenly means so much more as you are studying it. Like you have so many flashbacks of all the times that you didn't understand. They are now all coming together. So that is a state of heaven. You're finding it more fun than whatever else you could be doing in that period of time. You backtest a little and you see so many examples in the back of your head. And once you take a win, you know how to leave the charts because you're so excited about going back onto your old, losing months just to see what you could have done better. Stop looking for frustration to measure your productivity. A lot of people just want to be confused. They want to go into like deeper emotions that they haven't felt in such a long time that they used to attract from their relationships, just for them to get out of it feeling like, oh my God, I've done something for myself. A lot of times we want to give ourselves this hero journey, but we're constantly finding ourselves back into all these emotions that doesn't serve us. Like it would just keep attracting the same scenarios with different people, different faces, different places, just for us to learn one lesson. What you want to do is shift, this entire range of emotions into something higher and higher and higher. Any of the videos that you are watching is triggering to you because it makes you feel like, oh, I'm not doing something productive. Just know that tweaking your vibe is the most productive thing you can do right now. And that is the only way you can sit down and receive ideas from the universe that is meant for you at the right time. Like how long you want to trade for, like 2 hours a day? How long do you want to hold it? And what session suits you best? These are all questions that only you can answer for yourself because you know yourself best. No one else is going to be able to tell you what is right for you. And if you're constantly looking for people to tell you what to do, trading is not for you. This is the path where you finally have all of the power back to yourself for you to decide how you want to live your life. So stop measuring your productivity by how bad you feel. Instead, measure it by how good you feel. And the last point that I want to make today is you have to believe it to see it. So the quote, see it to believe it, are for people who are stuck in their five senses, that they have to see it, smell it, taste it, touch it, for them to believe that it's real. But you are way more than that. You have this thing called a sixth sense. This is what you can use to create your reality so that your five senses can then taste, touch everything that you have manifested for yourself. But if you constantly need signs to come and prove to you that things like this exist, then you're always 10 years behind, because all of this scientific research, they take at least 10 years of constant study just for it to be like public knowledge. For example, if you're watching this on YouTube and then soon you start to see a lot of suggested playlists of the same kind of topic that we are talking about today, that is law of attraction. Law of attraction have been working for so long, but people don't believe it until things like this, like algorithm exists, and now they're finally able to put it into a sense that allows them to accept this as reality. But not you, because you're on this skillfully lucky journey and you understand the power that you hold within. Yeah. Like our bodies is the most advanced tool and technology that we have, that we're born with. And we have no idea how to use it. There's so many ways that we can expand our consciousness to attract things that we want or create the life that we want, but we have no idea how to. But now as we're going into the age of Aquarius and more of these topics are coming out, and then there's a lot of viewers like you who are putting back energy into the comment section, subscribing, paying attention onto this idea that we are all feeding into, that is creating this entity that is making it more and more real. So thank you all for, being here and vibing with me on this thought. Other than the fact that emotions have you, ideas have you as well. So the more we can talk about it like it's real, the more our consciousness are paying attention to it, and therefore it is being in place into reality. Everything else will align, like God will somehow show the way that put everything in place for us to be like, I knew it. I've been waiting for this. So here I am, accepting it without trying to self-sabotage myself. Stop having to see it to believe it. You got to believe in yourself way more, and then the charts will show you who you are. And that is why I cannot separate trading from spirituality. Like, these two are just a mirror that show you the work that you have to put in. So whatever that is triggering you right now is what you need to put work into. So this is probably something that I would tell my younger self. If you are always in a positive mood, you will learn things much faster. They get stored into your subconscious mind. And then when you're in the charts, things just come to you without you even understanding why. You're just somehow the perfect channel. Okay, enter the trade now. I don't need the confirmation. I know that market is going to move right now. I've seen it so many times before. So I think that's also one of the benefits of being a female in the trading space, is that we can rely on our gut instinct. But maybe you have to be a bit more careful during your period when you're facing a bit more fluctuation in your emotions. And that is why in my girls group chat for trading, we're also tracking our cycle so that we know during the period we should just stay away from the markets. Like, it's gonna be here anyway for the rest of the month. Why am I rushing myself into the charts? Learn to sit back and let go. Play along with the feminine aspect of the market, and you have your feminine cycle. So stop waiting for permission to succeed. Sometimes you need to see other people succeeding before you're like, oh, actually I can do it for myself. Success can be just a state of mind where someone sees solutions more than problems, and they always trust themselves to figure it out. And while going through this journey, you have that extra time and mental space to explore spirituality and esoteric wisdom. Like, that to me is success. Joy is not somewhere else someday when this happen. It's right here with you right now. I hope this video reminds you that heaven or hell is just a state of mind. Why trade from hell when you can be trading from heaven? But if struggleton is what you need for you to get to where you want to be, then I respect that journey for you as well. If you are one of those skillfully lucky ones throughout this entire series and you understand what I'm talking about, leave it down in the comment section below on what are some of the ways that God have actually acted for you. What are some of the skillfully lucky things that have happened to you recently. So before we end off this video, I am going to show you 2 trades that I've taken that helped me pass my first Apex funding. So if you guys are looking to get funded, you can check out Apex with my discount code in the link in bio. Alright, so this is a trade taken on 14 August 2025. So at 9:34, market have opened and give us this bullish green candle. So price have also reversed off of daily fair value gap. For NQ, it was reaching the bottom of daily fair value gap with the previous month's high. So now I am bullish into the H1 fair value gap, new day opening gap, and ultimately the high up here. 9:36, price started running, so usually I would write down the time as I'm recording as well. Added another position when price dropped back down nearing our previous month's high level on ES. So I exited a bit early around here when this SMT was being created, but you can see that price ultimately went above that target at 10:55. So this was already the last macro before lunch, and I decided not to take any more trades after that. So this trade itself is roughly a 1:3. And then on 15 August, Friday, was the day where I took the other trade. So basically coming into the market, we have large SMT with ES taking out previous day's high, while NQ did not take out its previous day's high. It's up here. So this is a bearish momentum with this lows being the target. As we can see, NQ has already taken out the lows. So at 9:30 a.m. opening, we see that price already dropped lower. And then on M5, we have a SMT between quarter 1 and 2. So we have high, lower high within the H1 fair value gap, and we have a high and higher high within the H1 fair value gap. So at 9:35, this was the position that I have set myself for. I have my stop loss above the 50% of New York range and the take profit on the H1 bullish fair value gap. So it's a H1 fair value gap towards the next H1 fair value gap. So at 9:46, price actually shot down really quickly, and I note that I have passed my apex. So these are the trades that was taken on August 14 and 15. Then on the H1 time frame, you can see that this was what I've laid out. We have one fair value gap to the next, and the trades were taken in between these 2 points. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!